anything can happen, especially in rugby league.
Right, we're just about ready. Thierry Alibert, the referee, blows the whistle. Sam Tompkins in the bright orange boots gets us underway. And, well, Wigan will try and blow Widnes away in the opening to this match. They have tried to do that to each and every opposition that they have played this year. But Widnes, they will dig deep into the memory bank. They'll remember that day in March. They'll remember the priceless victory. And, well, it's a rivalry restored, this, because Wigan and Widnes in the past, they have produced some fantastic memories for us. And in their first visit to the DW Stadium in 7 years, Wigan 23, Widnes 22, a drop goal by Dennis Moran last time they were here, who later went on to join Widnes and played in the 2006-2007 sides, beaten in the National League One Grand Final. The first kick arrives in the arms of Sam Tompkins. The chase from Widnes isn't bad.
Yeah, but Dennis Bates, the Widnes coach, will be disappointed with that. We mentioned also in the build-up in regards, you do not kick the ball right down the throat of Sam Tompkins. He's capable of going 50, 60 metres downfield. They've got to keep it low, try to turn him around. They've got to try to pressurise, and they've given away a silly early. I'm just going to make the point that Dennis Bates would have said to his chargers, we must keep possession, got to make sure we get through all our sets of six. Try to make it perfect, but they've come up with an error already, giving away the penalty.
And Luaki will drive it in on the first tackle after that penalty. McAlorum is a dummy half. Here is Sean O'Loughlin. Pops it up to Jack Hughes. His third start of the year for Jack Hughes, the 20-year-old who's playing in the second row. He's also played in the centre 7 times. McAlorum with a good run. It needed a good tackle from Hef Cahill. Here's Lee Mossop, the 10 metres away Wigan. Mossop trying to make it to the line. And it takes 4 white jerseys to haul him back into the field of play. 4 tackles gone here for Wigan. McAlorum spins it back to O'Loughlin. Here is Liam Farrell. Wide they go to Charnley. First try of the night for Josh Charnley and the Wigan Warriors. Super League's top try scorer. 22 before tonight. That's 23 now. 4 more now than Ryan Atkins, who got a hat-trick yesterday. And Josh Charnley, the England international, has got the scoreboard ticking already. Ominous for the Widnes Vikings. First real attack on their line of concerted pressure, and they're over for a try, courtesy of Josh Charnley.
Good work by the forwards, put it through, but it just gives you that indication. Widnes giving away a silly penalty. They couldn't get there. They just sucked in. Look, 3 and 4 would-be tacklers there, and the defence was caught. Look how packed they are. Just needs quick hands, out the back, good combination, great pass, and Charnley accepts it with glee. It was built up exceptionally well. It was a good pass by Farrell, working out on that right hand, and the celebration by the winger Josh Charnley. He's in superb form. The crowd love it. They've every right to feel that way too.
Well, interestingly enough, Sam Tompkins appeared to be taking some practice pre-match with the goal kicking, but Josh Charnley, who had a really good stretch out with the Wigan physio about half an hour before the game, it's going to be Charnley who will try and add the extras to his 4-pointer. Difficult kick, tight to this near touchline. Charnley trying to drift it over the top of the bar, just misses, goes wide. 4-0 though, Wigan lead.
Well, he might not have kicked the goal from this side on the right-hand side, but I think we'll see a few more tries down this flank. Here we see the combination again. Goulding and Charnley have scored over a quarter of the tries scored by Wigan this season. This right flank, which Billy Boston ran down many years ago, now again a potent place from which they score points.
And there is the legend that is Billy Boston. Always a fixture in the stand here at the DW Stadium, watching his beloved Wigan Warriors. And Tompkins is underneath the kick-off. Mossop will bring it back. That's a good chase by Pickersgill. There's the injured Thomas Luluai. Broken leg, 8 to 10 weeks. Bit of ligament damage as well, so a major problem for Wigan and Sean Wayne, bearing in mind they're going on 2 fronts. Challenge Cup semi-final in 3 games' time.
Well, the only hope maybe for the Widnes supporters at this stage, the only one game that Tommy Luluai hasn't played before tonight was when he was rested back in March when Wigan played at Widnes and Widnes won. but without him again, there's that familiar overlap for the Wigan side.
It's Gelling down the outside, he brushes away from one. Cameron Phelps comes in bravely and halts him with a little bit of help from Willie Isa. And here is O'Loughlin again, back it comes to Tompkins. That was touched, that's 6 to go. Farrell gets it away to Darryl Goulding. He checked with the referee and takes the tackle from Patrick Arban. Charnley waits at dummy half. Ball comes into Jack Hughes in the danger territory again for the Widnes Vikings. McIlorum from the ground finds Finch. Finch then to O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin, they go wide. And here is Gelling again. That's good defence though, very good defence on show from Joe Mellor, the man who's on loan at Widnes from this Wigan club. Did well, danger averted.
Certainly was, a lot better defensive effort as well by Widnes.
Paddy Flynn in there too.
What they did was went man on man in the build-up to that Charnley try. They didn't, they went on a sliding effect. They can't afford to do that. Gelling did ever so well there, but they came out there in numbers.
What's happened at the moment, Steve, is Widnes have got their numbers wrong in defence. That's how that try was scored. John Wells will analyse at half-time and let us know exactly how it broke down. But I'd be interested to see where the fullback Cameron Phelps was. It's his job to tell people which side of the ruck to go. If he gets caught in the tackle, well, the players themselves are going to have to look up and adjust accordingly. They didn't do it on that occasion. They conceded a try. They'll need to get that right quickly.
Cameron Phelps, formerly with Wigan, he had 3 seasons here. This, meanwhile, is Hef Cahill, who was former Crusader, one of 4 ex-Crusaders in the Widnes camp.
What a great hit it was, wasn't it, from the skipper, Sean O'Loughlin. That's been one of the features of this Wigan outfit, the way that O'Loughlin has led the side by example, especially in defence, coming up with a big hit like that. That's good work by Cross.
Yes, solid run from Cross, and Luaki was put on his backside. Kick straight down the middle of the field and straight into the arms of Tompkins, and then to Charnley, and it was the boot of Hanbury who got that kick away.
I can't believe that. That's a second occasion, right down the throat. You know, everybody knows the danger that Sam Tompkins can give for any defensive side. Kick it low, get it into the corner, even if it goes into touch, you know, try to force the error.
Mossop, England international now, of course, struggles to his feet. He was well, Pickersgill could have given away a penalty there as he tried to get back on the defensive line. It was a hefty run from Gareth Hock. This is Farrell now.
Interesting to see how this Wigan attack, and Hock, he's pretty hard to stop. Interesting how Wigan, they're interchanging, you know, Finch and O'Loughlin are taking it in turns to take the first receiver, and that is not the best kick.
Brilliant work by Paul McShane, absolutely brilliant. We often talk about the attack. It's easy to watch the team that are attacking in rugby league, but Paul McShane's effort here to sprint as quick as he could, it distracted Brett Finch, and it's given his side an easier restart of possession.
I mean, it's about winning battles, isn't it? Paul McShane put a little extra effort in there and he got a result from it. What about Ben Cross early on, running over the top of Efel Hamaluaki? Well, that sets the scene. That says to the rest of your players, look, I'm up for this tonight, come with me.
You're right, Brian, in as much that Widnes, they want to try to turn it into a forward battle. This three-quarter line of the Cherry and Whites is when they get expansive, they're hard to put down. Try down the middle if they can.
8 minutes gone, Wigan leading 4-0, but Widnes giving a good account of themselves. It's Hanbury again. Teams have been almost blown away in the opening 10 minutes by Wigan this year, but Widnes hanging on in there doggedly. Here is that man Mellor, who will be known to all of the Wigan players, of course. He played, actually, did Mellor, for Wigan at Widnes in that fateful day.
Just a little bit too strong, but it will lift the spirits in as much that at least they got through the set of 6 and they can get the numbers straight now. I think his problem for a lot of defenders, of course, is the way that Wigan are quite up. Oh, and they've given away a silly penalty.
They just wouldn't let them get to their feet, and then cross all over the top of Josh Charnley.
Well, we knew they were going to try to slow the ball, play the ball down as much as possible, but you've got to have a look and see the referee whether he's going to get the whistle to his mouth. Release him, get in front quickly as possible.
2-0 the penalty count in Wigan's favour. 4-0 on the scoreboard. Luaki with this first tackle. There's Sean Wayne. 17 wins from 20 so far this year. Huddersfield, Widnes and Warrington, the teams to beat them.
Good work by the hooker, Michael McAlorum. And there he is again.
McAlorum through, and the second Wigan try. 2 forays really, 2 major attacks, 2 threats on the Widnes line, and Michael McAlorum taking full advantage of the markers not standing square at the play of the ball. Massive gap, and McAlorum went straight through them and just canted his way over the line. McAlorum's try, his 61st consecutive Wigan appearance, 3rd try of the campaign. He faced the Exiles last year, a bit unlucky maybe not to make it into the side last week.
He's been in fine form. This is where they give away the penalty. Remember the last time that Wigan had a penalty, Charlie scored, and on this occasion McAlorum does it. To throw a dummy like that, you do not take it. If you're a first and second marker, you have to stand rigid, and you could see that Patrick Arvan, he took it like a baby. It wasn't the best dummy I've ever seen, but you try telling that to the winger, Mr. Arvan. Oh.
So Josh Charnley will try and add the extras. McAlorum's 61st consecutive Wigan appearance, as I say. This is Josh Charnley's 49th in a row. Trying each of his last 8 matches now in Super League, including that one he's got here tonight. 6 goals against Widnes in March. Yet to be successful with the boot here, but this one might just take the Warriors to a 10-point lead. And 10 points it is. Charnley's early try, McAlorum's try, Charnley with a successful kick, 10-0 to the league leaders.
When you make a tackle and go into mark already, the first objective is to take care of the ball. Patrick Arvan, well, his mind and his thoughts were all for everything outside him. Well, it was the easiest thing in the world for Michael McAlorum to walk through first. If you get to marker, wait till the ball has gone past you before you make that very first movement. Otherwise, a smart dummy half like Michael McAlorum will take full advantage of that.
McShane restarts for the Widnes Vikings. Watching 2 sides here who between them won each of the last 10 league titles in the winter era. Wigan won 8 of them and Widnes 2. Great days in the past for Widnes. This is their first season back in Super League for 7 years. It's very much a learning curve for the Vikings this year. Of course, Kevin Brown, the Huddersfield skipper, already signed for next year.
You're right, Eddie, it was always going to be a learning curve, but a bit of a high shot there as well. Well spotted by Thierry Alibert. The point that I'd also like to make is that the way that Michael McAlorum this season has really developed, and there was no doubt about it, he caught it, didn't he? He would have felt that Luaki. I've just been so impressed. Look, we all know that James Roby is an absolute specialist as a hooker, but if anything, a loss of form or maybe an injury, I don't want to have him to an injury, but surely this guy, McAlorum, must be in the frame.
There's Justin Harris alongside Sean Wayne. He is the Wigan assistant coach, the Welsh national coach, of course, and it's his 36th birthday today, so happy birthday to Justin. And he'll know all of these ex-Crusaders players, of course, in the Widnes side. He had them under his control last year in Super League.
Eddie, I'd sound an alarm bell. It might be a happy birthday for Justin Harris. This is a very dangerous period for the Widnes Vikings.
Handbrake was a bit high on O'Loughlin again there.
Yeah, it looked as though Mr. Alibert was going to blow the whistle, but he's allowed the advantage.
Here's Finch, shows it to Luaki, gives it to Tompkins, goes wide to Carmont, he escapes the net. Paddy Flynn missed him completely, and Carmont scoots over for the 3rd Wigan try. He leaves the Warriors after 5 years at the end of the campaign. He turns 34 actually later this week, another Wigan birthday boy, and he's just been gifted a very early present there. Flynn missed him completely with the tackle. Carmont just stepped over the top of him and in for his 12th try of the campaign.
Well, I gave them a little bit of praise, didn't I, on the fact, and they went high there, no doubt about it. Pickersgill went into him. And again, a penalty, which results in a try for Wigan. But the defence here, and Dennis Betts, the witness coach, will not be happy with this. I mentioned the fact earlier that, remember, when Gellin actually got the ball, that their man-on-man marking was pretty spot on, but not on this occasion. Look how he comes out. If you're going to come off the whitewash, you've got to make sure you get the tackle in, and Paddy Flynn went far too high. Carmont just brushed him aside. A simple race to the line. They're in a hole.
Well, they're not the only team, though, struggling to cope with Wigan and attack at the start of games. You're right, though. Penalty try, penalty try, penalty try. That's been the sequence so far in this match. And with Steve Pickersgill and Ben Cross, the two of them have conceded 42 penalties this season. That's a quarter of the penalties conceded by Widnes. And it's one of the reasons why they're back on the try line and at present unable to defend it.
We'll see Widnes again next week. They play Castleford at their own ground, the Stobart Stadium, and maybe that's one that they really have got in their sights, because Castleford going through the horrors at the moment themselves, as Charnley adds another 2 points to the total. It could be that they fancy that a little bit more than they fancy this. Castleford next Monday, although they don't want to be blown away by the Wigan Warriors here, but the signs are not good.
Well, when you allow the quality of Finch, and then of course the interjection there of Sam Tompkins just comes straight through, but you can see quite clearly that the Paddy Flynn had to come in on the angle. So much space out wide on that left-hand side. It has been a problem. Dennis Betts is fully aware of it, that very rarely this year have Widnes been able to just compete for the full 80 minutes.
And they should beware, because if you look down the fixture list this year, Widnes have lost 76-6 in Perpignan, 62-0 at St Helens, and they were blown away by Warrington 68-4 the Magic Weekend in Manchester not too long ago. So it's been familiar territory for them. But as I say, this is a learning curve. This is their first year of 3. They're building for what might come in the future, and they believe, and probably rightly, they're at least 7 years behind every other team in the Super League this year.
Yeah, it'll take a while, but you've got to make sure that your discipline's good. I've already mentioned the fact, 3 penalties, 3 tries.
Tompkins did not like the attention from Pickersgill. Yeah, interesting, I heard Sean Wayne on the radio yesterday saying that he's not too impressed with the way that Sam Tompkins is being treated by certain of the opposition, and he has got some big people in his Wigan team who will be deputed to look after him if the officials don't look after Sam.
We hear that all the time. I haven't seen anything that's evidence that Sam Tompkins has been in for any particular attention from the players. He's as popular as he's ever been, I think. No, I'm not sure I see that. We heard it from Nathan Brown a few years ago, referring to Luke Robinson and his young players. I mean, they should get no extra...
Sean Loughlin involved in that.
You get no extra protection, no matter what your size is. That's garbage.
And the thing is, Brian, I'm with you, because Sam Tompkins is a tough hombre. He knows he's got to accept it. It's as simple as that. Look, every star that we've had throughout this wonderful game from 1895, the opposition is trying to put him down any way, if possible, be it legal or otherwise.
It's a compliment at times, Eddie, I guess.
I'm glad I mentioned it, because it's obviously we have a dichotomy of views with Sean Wayne and his opinion.
We all have them.
Look, it's an important period, this, for Widnes now. 16-0 down with 17 minutes on the clock. I'm a bit worried with the penalties that they're conceding. They need to do something very special. What I mean is, there doesn't have to be unbelievable play, but they need to get themselves back into this game. Wigan have had all the possession, and there's a fear that Wigan might run away with the game. This next period is crucial for the Widnes Vikings.
And it'll be interesting to see how Widnes get the kick away. Remember, the 2 that they've already had have been right down the throat.
Here's Cameron Phelps, dealt with by Sean O'Loughlin. This is probably Widnes' best attack. In fact, it is their best attack. Hanbury puts the ball in field to Pickersgill again.
And you're right, it's the best attack. Wigan are 16-0 up and we're almost 80 minutes into the match. That's how well they restrict their opponents at the beginning of a game.
Oh, here's a collector's item, Ben Cross. He hasn't scored before this year, and now in Widnes colours he's got 2 for Dennis Betts and his men. That's 2 tries in an entire career. Ben Cross, 2 in the last 3 for Ben Cross, after 2 in the last 33 years for Ben Cross.
And you could see the excitement on the coach, Dennis Betts, and I know what he was saying to his assistant. All we have to do is get near the line and we've got the possibility, we've got the power. It was good work by the hooker McShane. He scooted from dummy half, it caught the Wigan defence. Yes, of course it is. Give us half a chance, don't give away silly penalties. Play the percentage game, and the big fella scores a valuable try. He'll remember that for quite some time.
Yes, he will. He's got 2 golden memories of 2012. Ben Cross arrived at Wigan from the Leeds Rhinos. The man there with the trainer's top on, Steve Hampson, by the way, former Wigan legend himself, now on the staff here at the DW Stadium. He, along with Mick Farrell, Paul Deacon and Andy Coley, they're cycling 100 miles this Sunday for the Joining Jack charity, and we wish them well for that, as Arvan adds the extras. And of course we see the sign that so many of the players are making this year. They join their fingers together when they score the tries, just like Ben Cross did there. That's the sign for the Joining Jack charity, which of course is for the young son of Andy Johnson, the ex-Wigan player, of course, who's doing it tough at the moment. And well, Hampo and Paul Deacon, Andy Coley, Mick Farrell doing 100 miles for charity on the bikes at the weekend. Well done to them. Apparently Steve Hampson did 43 miles today. I mean, he is a physical god, isn't he, Hampson?
He's always out of the body.
Considering the age
He's got
of
the body
him.
of a 20-year-old and the face of an 8-year-old, hasn't he, Ampo? But he's in great condition, I agree with you on that. And Widnes have just shown already the ability that they've got. If they get close to opponents' try line, it's not as easy to score against Wigan. And Ben Cross will be delighted, they've turned over possession. But that field position battle that takes place in the opening quarter, Wigan dominated it such an extent. They were 16-0 ahead. It's a massive advantage in a race to be 16 points up.
I'll tell you what it'll tell you. It'll tell us now, Phil, if Widnes have got a chance tonight. They've made a mistake. They've scored a try through Ben Cross. Give themselves a chance in this game. You've got to be able to defend your errors as well. If they can defend their error, their confidence will grow from that, Eddie. If they can see the try again, well, their heads might just drop.
I'd just like to add a little addendum to the Steve Hampson line that we've been giving you. When Steve watches this on the Sky Plus, the comment about the face and the body was from Philip Clark, Steve.
He knows I respect him. He was a great player, and I'm sure he's got a wonderful influence. Again, there's the overlap.
Gelling.
And watch now, Gelling will try to get him and play the ball as quickly as possible. Widnes defence obviously trying to hold him down.
Here's Finch. Back he comes to O'Loughlin. Tompkins went without it.
Yeah.
We went for the intercept. Farrell spins away from some trouble and then gets back involved, and Dean.
There was half a
also
chance.
McShane with the tackle.
Just saying, there was half a chance for Hanbury to take the intercept there, but they've got the numbers out wide. I think he's taking the wrong option. He's offloaded though.
He has to Luwaki, and Finch juggling with it. Fooled the defender Isa, but couldn't fool the next man in. Very good tackle that was. But the speed of their handling is good. But here's an interception chance. Here's an interception chance for the Widnes Vikings. They've got to keep going. Pickersgill hasn't got the legs. But Mella will go over, and I think this. Oh, hang on, will he?
No, that's great work.
Wonderful chasing back by Jack Hughes. Well, Hanbury is halted as well. Well, Pickersgill was coming in cement.
It was as though they were waiting for the official to blow the whistle. You play to it. They were just treading water halfway line.
Well,
they should have been away.
It might help them because they would have gone back to the video ref, Eddie.
Yes. Oh, now that won't help them. That's bounced off the chest of Cahill. And the chance goes begging, and well, Dennis Betts furious, really. I mean, I think it would have been ruled out for a knock-on.
Certainly looked as though they got the fingertips through. You could see there Sam Tompkins making it very clear as far as he was concerned to the official.
Oh, well, you've definitely been worth a look, but you got to finish that. You get presented with a chance like that against
Wigan.
Wigan.
I think Mella wanted to.
Oh, I think he should have got it a bit earlier then. or Stevie Pickersgill needed to pin his ears back, but you got to finish like chances like that. Golden opportunity. But you know what, Eddie? The ball's been turned over now. Not a bad area of the field for Widnes Vikings.
Well, they've got to try to force the error now, and
well, had they gone back and looked at that, which they surely would have done, the try would have been ruled out anyway, and they would have been actually defending 10 metres from their own line, Widnes, wouldn't they?
yeah, coming up short. Certainly turned out to be an advantage.
Oh, that ball's come out again. This time, though, it's reefed to win the tackle. Gelling will breathe a sigh of relief about that.
Well, they make the break here, and I just think to myself, go, and should I stop? You take it. Well, you've got to give them credit how they got back in and to stop this. It's absolutely wonderful. He cannot believe it, Dennis Betts. But I think, like all of us that watched the replay, it would have been turned down anyway.
Paul Prescott returns from 4 out. Finch turns the ball back inside to Gareth Hock. The pass out of the back to Tompkins.
Beautiful run though by Hock. Coming back on the angle. Defence didn't spot it.
Here's the 5th penalty that Widnes have conceded.
Yeah, he's got to stop this. He's got to have a little word with the captain.
Come here.
Pickersgill is the culprit, I think it is. Yeah. Oh, that's a bad one. We can do without that.
It's a little too high. He's 1, 2, 3, 4 penalties too much.
He is the most penalised player, Eddie, in Super League. I think we've seen why. He just got his target zone a bit too high, hasn't he? It's 12 inches too high on most of the shots he goes for.
Formerly with Warrington, 2005 to 2009, 41 appearances. Back in Super League after 3 years in the Championship, but giving away too many penalties. And here come Wigan again. This is Mossop, a good solid drive in. McIlorum finds Finch. Finch got the ball away, but that was knocked on, was it? Maybe not.
No, it's a knock on. He's already called it. This will be head and feed to Widnes.
Wigan a bit scrappy, are they, or should we give Widnes some credit for the in-your-face defence?
Well, I think the way that they've scored those 3 tries, perhaps they're a little bit lax in thinking that they can just keep the ball alive, but really the build-up, and I'm sure that Sean Wayne will get the message out, hey, come on, we want good hard work in the forwards, drag in this defence, which they've done already with this Widnes side, and then get it out wide. Just a little bit overplayed.
I'm not sure they're going to be able to fix their defensive problems up on the run during this first half. They've got some major issues. The half-backs and the dummy half of the Wigan Warriors are tying up so many Widnes players. By the time the ball gets out wide to Finch or out too wide to O'Loughlin, they've got a huge overlap already. They've just failed to take advantage of that. What Widnes have done well is scramble. And I think for the next 15 minutes or so, they're going to have to scramble like they've never scrambled before to try and stay in this game.
Do you think in many ways this is like a grand final in itself for the Widnes Vikings, playing top of the table, perfect night, you know, wonderful pitch, great occasion?
If you were at Widnes and you were doing it as tough as they are in this season, to come here to play the top team and to come away with a performance, Eddie, if not a result, well, look, that may be as good as you can hope for this season, and it may be a lot to hang your hat on.
Oh, it's great pressure, but good work there.
It was good work. Mellor did get the ball away, but Phelps got the kick in. But again, straight down the throat of Gelling. The Cook Island tries to go round a couple of them, and Willie Isa, the Samoan, brings him down.
And it shows you.
And Carmont has lost that.
Good hit.
Play on. So here is McShane. And Dean now to try and go up the middle for the Vikings.
Yeah, it was meat in the sandwich there, wasn't he, Carmont?
Winterstein's been good for the Widnes Vikings this year. He's been doing valiantly, actually, for them.
Gets through a lot of work and has the ability to get over the advantage line as well. But he needs support.
Ex-Wigan Ben Davis on the field, number 10. McShane on loan from the Leeds Rhinos. There's Cahill. Here's Hanbury. Mellor. Joe Mellor doing his best to try and torment his parent club. Cahill will drive it in.
Oh, very slow moving up there. The Wigan defence, they're held back.
McShane again. 5 metres away. Mellor stabs the kick to the in-goal area. Charnley was a bit of work to do, and Widnes Vikings will get a repeat set.
And that's the first good kick that Widnes have come out with. 27 minutes into this game, up to now, it's been very poor, but that has applied the pressure, and that's all they need.
Of course, the Vikings are here trying to claim home and away victories for Dennis Betts in this inaugural Super League season. The last time they recorded home and away league wins against Wigan, 1988-89, when Widnes Vikings were champions. They won 24-10 at the old Central Park, and then 32-18 in the final game of the year at the old Norton Park. It's the same ground, but a totally different look than it is these days. And they had over 17,000 in the old girl then. They clinched the title, 32 points to 18. Heady days for the Widnes Vikings, something they can only dream of at the moment.
Memories, and slowly but surely they'll be hoping to build on it.
Well, they knew it was going to be a year that they've had, a really troubled year in terms of on the field, in terms of results, but they're building, as I say. And here is Arvan. Well, that wasn't the best pass to him. He could only fly hack it forward, and Charnley reacted well.
Yeah, he was dipping and going forward.
Steve O'Connor alongside Paul Cullen. Steve O'Connor, the owner of the Vikings, still has a smile on his face, despite the fact that they're at the foot of the table.
Well, his team knew what to do, didn't they? They just didn't have the skill to pass the ball fast and accurate to the man in an overlap position. But you know what, it's taken them almost half an hour for possession to even up. Wigan just blew them away, didn't they? They had all the ball, all the penalties helped in their favour. Possession's a bit more even, and you can see that if that stayed the same, Widnes can be competitive in this match, but they need at least 50% of the ball.
Prescott to take it forward again for Wigan. It's only his 10th appearance of 2012. Tompkins hoists it high downfield, and
it's not a
is
good
underneath
one.
it.
That's not a good one either. It's though the chase is a lot faster than what we've seen from Widnes, that's for sure.
Led by Dom Crosby, who he had 13 on loan at the Widnes Vikings last year, number 33, the young forward, Crosby. Penalty here for Widnes. First one, I think, the Vikings have picked up.
Well, they've very much steadied the ship here, Eddie, now. They're back in this game. Although 10 points behind, this penalty being awarded for offside by Thierry Albert, they're back in this game. 11 minutes to go in this first half. They got every chance to get something else out of the next couple of sets with the ball.
Well, if they score now, it just put a little bit of doubt in the mind that this was going to be an easy passage. It looked that way, didn't it? You know, they were all over the shop, witnessing their defence, but now they're applying pressure in the opposite end. If they can sneak a try here,
solid
lift
run,
the spirits.
Solid run from Davis. There's McShane. Now it's Hanbury. Short ball then to Winterstein. O'Loughlin reached him as the ball did, almost at the same time. McShane 5 metres away from the line again. Short ball. Cahill.
Winterstein's down. He's picked up a bit of a knock then. That'll be a big blow for Widnes.
Look how close they are, though, to this Wigan Warriors line. It's Hanbury with a bit of space. Quick offload. That was not the right option there. Not the right option from the Pickersgill, wasn't it?
Yeah, Pickersgill was trying to hit the line and then turn for support. Or offload, took his eyes off it. And I'm afraid that Jack Hughes is the culprit. You've always got to expect it from Gareth Hawke. No matter what position on the field of play, if he makes a half break, look for the offload.
Sean Wayne will be wondering whether they've got Widnes-itis in 2012, the Wigan Warriors.
He just took his eyes off the football, simple as that. It hasn't been a good season for Dennis Betts.
I think that was the reaction to the lost ball.
Absolutely, but it'll be a different reaction to the position they're in now. They got it back. Gareth Hawke flung one out the back. Jack Hughes taken a little bit by surprise. He'll be disappointed. He know he can catch that. Gareth Hawke, as you said, Steve-O, he is a threat. He will throw the ball around. But this now again, we'll say it again, a great opportunity. 16-6. You've steadied the ship. Put an effort in now to get over the line.
16-12 would be interesting, wouldn't it? Mellor gets it away. Here's Willie Isaac. That's good defence from Carmont. Finch was in his shadow as well.
Needs a good drive and then let Paul McShane control things from the dummy half, but they've got to get the dummy runners working.
McShane just looking left and right as Flynn plays the ball to him. That's the third tackle. Widnes are about 11 metres away from the line. Here goes McShane again. Mellor applied the brakes, went inside. Paul Prescott, good run from Joe Mellor. Well, he'll be on a mission tonight as well. Luluai injured, and Wayne hasn't decided to bring him back from Widnes and allows him to play here tonight.
Good
He
hit
had nothing better than to get over for a try. That ricocheted off the legs. It wasn't played at though, says the referee. That was the last tackle, it's the turnover.
Well, good pressure. We're going to give praise for this cherry and white defence. The option from Paul McShane just didn't get the power with the kick. Now it's important that Widnes and Dennis Betts get the message out. We have to keep them down in their own quarter. Defence.
Well, they mustn't concede a penalty if they can help it. 32 minutes gone, 8 to half-time, 16-6 Wigan. Who would have thought that Widnes would be in it to such an extent as this?
I'll tell you what, Eddie, I think they got a harsh call go against them. I think Michael McAlorum might have played at that ball. I think they might have got the ball back. If you just keep an eye out, has he played that ball with his foot? And if so, when McShane jumped on it, should have been Widnes possession again. But look, adversity, you still got to defend.
They certainly made a lunge at it, not seen by the officials. Wigan quite happy just to trundle the ball up.
Good tackling by Widnes. Cahill leading the way with Dave Allen. And again, the offload. And it's a knock-on. It's a knock-on. The referee brings them back for the knock-on. His whistle had blown. Finch thought he was away.
Be a Wigan head and feet as well. And again, the man looking for the offload. There's a knock-on.
Did he kick the ball into his hand, Mike?
It doesn't matter, does it? If it hits his hand and it goes forward, it's got to be a knock-on.
Come on, Steve.
Hock again. He must be aware that it's a knock-on. Flying boot to Brett Finch, didn't make contact.
Or what about if a player doesn't intentionally play at it?
Well, I've just watched the scrum, Phil. So it's a knock-on.
Here goes Crosby again.
And that was a try then, was it, at Hull KR on Friday?
Yes, it was.
The video referee one.
It was.
Yes, in the papers, on the scoreboard. Good run as well there by Prescott. That's what they need, a little bit more aggression in the forward play. Get back into the swing of things. Beautiful offloads.
Great hands to Charnley. Skips inside one defender, Dean. Good job that Arvan was there. Here's another penalty. They're messing around in the play of the ball. The referee will have to. He will have to get a grip of this.
Well, he's done all the hard work, and then they just...
tackle number 4, wasn't it?
Yeah, just wrapping about, and then a push there from Patrick Arvan, and the defence is all over the shop at the moment. One more drive and the link. Finch will just eat them up with this. Keep your eye on Sam Tompkins.
There's McAlorum, now it's a Loughlin. Short ball, Prescott, he marks his comeback with a try. Paul Prescott, or has he?
Possible knock-on.
Looking for a possible knock-on by the substitute. The Irish international returning from 4 games out. Has he got his first try of the season here?
And again, you can see that hesitation from this Widnes defence. Ooh, that looked forward, didn't it?
Well, you can't even think about that.
I know that, but he's got away with it. And that's good upper body strength. Does he get it down? I think he does. He thinks he does. And I think that's good control. That should be TRY.
It looks like it'll be a try. It was a forward pass, perhaps. It'll go down as a try, but they've got themselves to blame when you give away a penalty on tackle 4, tackle 5, Eddie. That's sinful.
To Paul Prescott. His last appearance was in the cup win against St Helens here, which was Wigan's last appearance in front of their own fans. They're returning home tonight after 4 games on the road.
This is the penalty. Messing about. Never even wanted to mark up Patrick Arvan. It was forward, but Prescott, he won't be worrying about that. But you can see the hesitation in the defence, and he was far too strong.
Well, Ben Cross got the 2nd try of his career tonight, and Steve Prescott's just scored Paul Prescott has just scored the 6th try of his career. A night for the record takers. Charnley, can he add the extras? deliberate and sure. 22 points to 6.
And it's becoming a big problem for Widnes, isn't it? The lack of discipline, giving away the silly penalty yet again against an outfit that doesn't need any encouragement. It was a delayed pass, wasn't it, by O'Loughlin, that was forward, was not seen by the official. Prescott says, I don't care one hoot about that. But Sean Wayne, the Wigan coach, will be very happy with the way that the forwards took it 40 metres down the middle of play and then gave them the opportunity. They got the penalty, yes, but to get themselves in that position came about by good aggressive running like this.
It's the try scorer, Prescott. Widnes, the penalty count against them is horrendous. Hock will play the ball.
Wigan have done a lot of things very impressive, particularly in the last 4 games against sides in the top half of the table. But one thing that they've developed is that ability to score just before half-time. In fact, 4 times in a row, they've scored on the last play before the half-time hooter. It's a test of, I think, the mental concentration for their opponents to go with them until that final hooter sounds, rather than relaxing in the last minute or 2.
Well, that was another penalty, really, against Willie Iser and Widnes, but the referee says play on. That's a sliced up and under. Nobody seems to want it, and then Rhys Hanbury gobbles it up on the bounce.
Well, it amazed me there that the standoff Hanbury allowed that ball to actually hit terra firma, and that's an error.
Cahill comes up with the error, and Tompkins drops on the loose ball. That's the 0 tackle. 2 3/4 minutes before half-time. Are Wigan in the mood to get another? Finch attacking the line. Went through Dave Allen. Couldn't get away from Ben Davis. McIlorum, they're going left again. Here's Hock. It's a short ball away. Carmont.
Look how they're getting up to try to play the ball quickly. Widnes have hardly got their defence right, and the wing is in.
Gelling is in. Try is given to Anthony Gelling. His 10th appearance of the year, his 8th in a row. He's got a try in the last 2 matches as well. So that's 3 in a row now for Anthony Gelling. A debut against Widnes in March. It was a day to forget. But the omens look like this might be a night to remember. And Anthony Gelling increases the Wigan lead.
Hep Cahill comes up with the error, gives the Cherry and White yet more possession. This is wonderful. Wonderful stuff to finish off, but it was built on that. You know, George Carmont, on the build-up to that, see how he played that ball so quickly? Widnes' defence just was nowhere to be seen. Nothing that Sean Briscoe could do about that. And what about this for getting the ball down with confidence? Good position by Thierry Alibert. Uncle Albert gives it. Nice finish.
Anthony Gelling with the try. He's filling in on that wing, of course, for Pat Richards. And that's the reason why we've got Josh Charnley with the kicking responsibility. I know Harrison Hansen is not too far away from a return to action for Wigan. I bet Sean Wayne would love to have Pat Richards back in time for the run-in and the Cup semi-final in 3 weeks' time. Charnley, well, he appears to have brought his kicking boots tonight, as I say that about Richards. 28 points to 6. It's a night for sunglasses and shirt sleeves. We've got summer in the north of England for 24 hours at least. Mind you, there are 1 or 2 people who feel the cold.
Why are you looking at me?
I was looking at the guy on the screen, Steve-O.
Okay.
He's all wrapped up, not you.
You know, Wigan have got a big hole to fill when Brett Finch leaves. At the look back at that try at half-time, I'm sure John Wells will show his ability to change the position of attack. He ran from one side of the field round to the other, changing that point of attack and eventually finding the overlap and the chance and pass for Gelling to score. He's been so impressive, I think, in the last 10 games that I've watched him play for Wigan, and he's almost the voice and brain box now of this Wigan side at present.
You're right, Phil, and also the question that we were asking before this game, would they miss Thomas Luluwai? It doesn't appear to be, and that's an intercept.
Lovely interception. Joe Mellor, has he got the legs this time? Yes, he has. He picked the Wigan pocket then. It was a Brett Finch attempted pass, and Mellor was in the right place at the right time. Well, something for the Widnes faithful to celebrate. Joe Mellor.
Well, we put the mocker on him, haven't we? We've given him so much praise the way that Brett Finch has played this year, and maybe tried a little bit too fancy. Take nothing away from Mellor. He put himself in that good position. Thank you very much. Took it with glee. This occasion, he had the speed. Well, it offers some hope for the second stanza.
Joe Mellor's try. It's his second loan spell at Widnes from Wigan. 14 on loan last year. 7 at scrum half for Wigan. He's added the extras, Patrick Arvan, 28-12 at half-time. Joe Mellor, who made his Wigan debut at Widnes in March and ended up on title ride at the